Hi guys, Gopal here. In today's video, we'll be discussing about the collection framework, the collection interface, and concrete collections. So let's get started. The first thing is collection framework. What is collection framework? Yeah, it is a combination of collection and a framework.
मस्त जोक मारा रे या हंस रे हलकट हंस
Yeah, it's a combination. Collection means a single unit of objects or group, and framework means a predefined architecture which we just need to use. In other words, collection framework provides an architecture to store and manipulate group of data. Now let's see what actually collection framework consists of. Collection framework consists of three things: interfaces, their implementation, and algorithms. Now, what are the benefits of using collection framework? There are many benefits of using collection framework. The first one is it reduces the programming effort. Secondly, it increases the programming speed and quality since it has some predefined algorithms for searching, sorting, etc. etc. It reduces the effort to learn and use new APIs. We don't need to learn new APIs. And if we don't need to learn new APIs, we don't need to design new APIs. So it reduces the effort to design new APIs also. Now let's see the collection interface. Collection interface is a root interface of the collection framework. It is the interface which is implemented by all the classes in the collection framework. It also has some predefined methods which every collection framework has. Some of the methods are like addition of element, we use add method. For removing an element from the collection, we use remove method. To clear a collection, we use a clear method. Here is the hierarchy of collection framework. On the top, we have iterable, which is used to iterate over the elements of the collection. The second one is our root interface, that is collection interface, which is then extended by some interfaces. Those are list, queue, and set. And these are implemented by some of the classes like ArrayList, linked list, etc. etc. We will see this hierarchy one by one in the coming video.
We do not have all day.
Let's get started with the list interface. List is an ordered collection of elements. It has index-based manipulation, addition, and deletion of the elements. It uses index to add, delete, or remove the elements. The classes which extends or which implements the list interface are ArrayList, linked list, vector, and stack. We will discuss this one by one.
Control Uday.
First one is the ArrayList. ArrayList uses dynamic array to store and manipulate data. Some of the key features are it maintains the insertion order, it can have duplicate elements, it is easy, we have very easy retrieval of the elements, we get the element with its index, it is non-synchronized, it is expensive while shifting. It means that let's say I want to add an element in between of the array list, then we need to shift those elements backside. So that is very expensive, and also it is having slow manipulation when we are adding or deleting the element in between. Some of the methods of ArrayList are get, which uses index to get the element, the set method which takes the index of an element, also the object int index of, it returns the index of that element. Now let's move to the linked list. Now the issue with the ArrayList was that it is very expensive to manipulate the array list while we are adding or deleting the element in the mid or in between of the array list. So that problem has been solved by this linked list. Uses doubly linked list to store the data. It can also contain the duplicate elements. It maintains the insertion order. It is not synchronized, but it is fast than the array list. It has fast manipulation. Some of the methods of linked list are add first, add last. Since it's a doubly linked list, so we can add and add at the start and the end. We can have also methods like get first, get last. Now, the issue with the array list and linked list was they were not synchronized. So that issue has been resolved by using vector. Vector is a synchronized way to store the data. It uses dynamic array to store data, and it also contains many methods those are other than collection framework. Some of those methods are get, set. It has methods like capacity. Sometimes we need to store data in such a way that element enters in last, but it also comes first, that is last in, first out. That has been implemented using stack. Stack is a part of vector, and it uses LIFO. LIFO stands for last in, first out. It also has some methods like pop, which is used to remove the element at the top of the stack. The peek method, which is used to get the element on the top of the stack. and push method which pushes the element at the top of stack. Now, the second interface after the list interface is queue interface. Queue interface holds the data in FIFO manner. FIFO stands for first in, first out manner. Means the normal queue which we usually used to see in our day-to-day life, it has the same implementation. The classes which implements the queue interfaces are priority queue, DQ, and array queue. Priority queue stores the data on the basis of the priority of that element stored in the queue. It processes elements on the basis of their priorities. It does not allow null elements. The second one is DQ. DQ stands for doubly queue. It is a queue which allow elements to be added from the two sides, from the start end and also the add end. It stands for double-ended queue. It adds and remove elements from both sides. The benefit of using the DQ is that it is having dynamic size than the queue. The next is array DQ. Array DQ stores the data in the form of array. The method of queue are add, remove, poll, and peek. The difference between poll and peek method is poll retrieves the element and also removes it from the queue, but peeks only retrieves that element from the queue. Now the next interface is set interface. Now the special property in the set interface that it does not allow the duplicate elements. Wherever we wanted our data to be unique, we use the set interface. The classes which extends the set interface are hashset, linked hashset, treeset. Hashset uses the hash table to store data. It contains only unique elements, and hashing is used to store and manipulate the data. The second is linked hashset. The linked hashset, the special property is that it uses linked list with hash table. The elements of the table are linked with each other using linked list. Since the linked list have the advantage of manipulation, it only contains the unique element. It maintains the insertion order and permits null elements, but it permits only one null element since it has unique element. It extends the hash set class and set interface too. The next one is the tree set. Tree stands for the sorted order. Wherever we use this tree, it contains for the sorted. So the special property of the tree set is that it is a set which is in sorted order. It uses tree for storage. It stores elements in ascending order. The access time is faster since the elements are in ascending order. It has the methods are add, remove, and contains, and many more. Sometimes we need to store data in key value pair. So that has been implemented using the map interface. Map interface allows us to insert data with the key value pair. It contains the value on the basis of key value pair. Each key and value pair is known as entity. A map consists only unique keys. It cannot have two similar type of key. Search, update, delete, and manipulation is done on the basis of key. Map cannot be traversed. We need to have its key set to traverse. It can be traversed using entry set or key set. Now some of the map interfaces are, the first one is the hash map. Hash map uses the hash table to store data. It is also not synchronized. It does not maintain the insertion order. The default capacity is 16 and the load factor is 0.75. The load factor is that whenever the number of elements is coming closer to the capacity, it automatically increases its capacity by the load factor. The second one is linked hash map. Linked hash map uses linked list to store data. It maintains the insertion order and it is easy to manipulate since it uses the linked list. The next is tree map. Tree map, again the word is tree, so it is in sorted order. It stores data in the sorted order. Tree, red black tree based implementation it have. It cannot contain any null value. Some of the methods of map is key set, which returns the all keys of that map. It has the get method, which is used to get the value of that key which has been provided in that function. It has a replace method, which is used to replace a value. It is to get a value. It will return the set of the values. Now, the next is collections class. Collection class is a special type of class which has some methods which are very useful in our day-to-day life. It has the methods like binary search, it has a method like max, min, reverse, sort, and many others. These all are static methods, and all methods are applicable on the all type of collections.
आप जो बोल रहे हो बहस के लिए सुनने के लिए अच्छा है, लेकिन प्रैक्टिकल नहीं.
Now let's see some practical implementation of the collection framework. There are some collections like linked list which is used in your web browser visiting history. The stack, it is forward backward shuffling of in our browser. The queue, it is like ticket booking. Right now we are booking our vaccine slot, so that has been done on the basis of the queue only. Set for storing unique elements like IDs and other stuffs. Now let's see a program which will let you know that how much powerful the collection framework is. Let's say we have a problem, like we have a CSV file which usually we use to store data. It has some duplicate elements like person 1 data is duplicate, person 2 data is duplicate, since it has some duplicate entries in it. So if we want to remove this duplicate entry, then how do we'll be doing that? So it is very simple using this set. So I had created a set that is a hash set. Now I am just iterating it, and after iterating I am adding this data in the our set, and you see that our set has only the unique entries, no duplicate entries are there. So if I run this program, this is javac set.java. So it is compiled successfully. If I run it, then java set demo class, and if you see that it only has person 1, person 2, person 3, person 4, person 5, but the order is randomly. So if I wanted this data to be in sorted order, so what should I use? Just remove this hash with the tree. We know that tree stands for the sorted part, so we have the data in the sorted order. So we had compiled successfully, we run this, and you see that it has been in a sorted order. So our data was this, and you see that we had removed the duplicate entries, and we also got the data in our sorted plan. Now our next topic is concrete collection. What is concrete collection? Since it is a combination of concrete and collection as well. So what is concrete classes? Concrete classes is a class that has implementation of all its methods. So a concrete collection is a collection which has implementation of all its methods. Some of the collections, concrete collections are array list, linked list, hash set, tree set, linked list, priority queue, hash map, tree map, and many more. If you have observed, there is no vector, there is no stack, because we had discussed there are methods other than the collections interface. Now this ends our today's video. Thank you for watching. Thanks.